So you saw the trailer of Deadpool and Wolverine, the newest one.
Yeah.
Okay. Without telling me nothing, because I haven't seen it. What, and you're big into comics for people who don't know on my channel. What do you think they did right?
It is rated R. I can say that. It's extremely rated R.
Okay. What about like some of the content of the trailer that you saw? Do you think it, like Deadpool 3 is going to be as good, if not better, than the first two, or you think it's going to, like be just the same?
I like Deadpool 1 more than 2. Like 2 was funny and everything. I like 2, but I just like 1 more.
2 was cool. I like the fact they had Cable. It was more Cable, and they were pushing the whole X factor.
They actually had a actual looking Juggernaut.
Yeah, in 2, and that was a good thing. That was like a Juggernaut represented. I mean, correct. So, like, when you look at their track records, they're sticking close to the source material, and they're sticking close to these people. So
yeah, it's like some you could do live action, some could be a hit or miss because of the way they are. Like MODOK. MODOK looked okay. The only problem is it's MODOK, so it's like.
Yeah, he was in Ant-Man. He showed up in Ant-Man, and I'm like,
but that's what I say. The CGI for MODOK was good. MODOK looked good. Just the way it's just. If you look at MODOK already looked ugly and all that. So it's like and weird. He's a big face, big head.
Yeah.
But when they had that his golden suit down, that looked nice.
The MCU's been trying to bring the X-Men in since they got the rights to Fox, and I think waiting, pushing more of the main MCU characters and trying to find a way to bring in the mutants, I think was a good call for them. And having Deadpool trying to be one of the forefronts to kind of bring in that that gap, I think is cool. So
it's nice seeing Hugh Jackman back.
Okay, and that's all I was gonna say. So so you see the trailer. With no further ado, because I'm already kind of antsy, because this is the 3rd installment, and I'm glad they kept it R. I think Disney and Marvel are, I'm not gonna say bookend it, but they are going to maybe not make like a Deadpool 4 right away after 3, because I think what they have for 3 is to be that connective tissue. So let me go ahead and bring up the trailer. All right, so let's see.
I told you, you're not welcome here. You're not welcome anywhere. Now get the fuck out of my bar.
Just give me one more drink and then I'll leave.
Hi, Peanut. I'm gonna need you to come with me right now.
Look, lady, I'm not interested.
All right, well, I'm sort of on the tick, so upsy daisy. Here we go. Oh, whiskey dick of the claws. It's quite common in Wolverines over 40.
You don't want this.
Unless you want to take a deep breath through your fucking forehead, I suggest you reconsider.
Okay, so the banter with them is cool. It's cool. I like where this is going. This is very much like those like cop movies, like buddy kind of situation. That we might be getting Deadpool and Wolverine in the MCU. To have Hugh Jackman in the MCU would be a game changer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's continue. All right. He's in X-Men attire.
I'm about to lose everything that I've ever cared about. Not my fucking problem. Is that what you said when your world went to shit?
Come again.
This Wolverine let down his entire world.
Whoa. Okay, hold on. So time out real quick. So the Wolverine that we see isn't a Wolverine we've never seen before. This is one that let down this entire world. But I wonder what he did to let everyone down, because for the, Wolverine has a code. He fought in several wars and he's always been about teamwork. So what made him like
Well,
just say screw it?
Wolverine is like, but Wolverine has a lot of his lone wolf moments too. So, and do it himself type of thing.
Right, but okay. So I don't want to get too. I don't want to push the cart before the horse because I haven't even finished the trailer. But this Wolverine, the multiverse has branches and all this, right? What if this would be the Wolverine? Let's say
Days of Future Past.
Or okay, better yet, or if Days of Future Past never happened.
What was the X-Men movie that they seen Wolverine escape from his confinement, but then they didn't chase him? Which one was that?
That was
First Class?
Apocalypse. No, that was Apocalypse.
It was Apocalypse. Oh yeah, it could be from Apocalypse, maybe. It's hard to say when you do multiverse.
Yeah, hold on. Let's keep going through the trailer. We'll see, because this is interesting.
Down his entire world.
Want to talk about what's haunting you, or should we wait for a third act flashback?
Go fuck yourself.
I don't know anything about saving worlds, but you do.
Trust me, kid, I'm no hero. You were an X-Man. You were the X-Man. I am soaking wet right now.
Boys are so silly.
This is what I'm talking about. Big slow motion action sequence. Who knows if you live or die? Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Want to do some cocaine?
Hey, cocaine is the one thing that Feige said is off limits.
What about Bolivian marching powder?
They know all the slang terms. They have a list.
Even snowboarding?
Even disco dust.
White girl interrupted?
Even force bump.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Yes. But I can't.
Okay, so I really dig how they always break the fourth wall every time. But I think watching that and seeing the Sorcerer Supreme not be Doctor Strange, right? I think this would be a Strange or a Sorcerer Supreme that didn't pass away or give up her position of whatever the sorts. We don't, and the Wolverine that was the X-Men. Clearly, this Wolverine, I'm gonna say, didn't come from the Fox first, because when he's not wearing the leather, right? That was a symbolic thing of Fox. They never put him in the yellow spandex.
Which I'm glad they got him in the classic.
Right, and I really like how he ripped off the arms, to kind of keep it more in that 90s traditional. But
I knew he wasn't gonna do that at first because skin cancer.
Yeah.
So, I was okay with the long sleeves. The long sleeves look nice, but without the sleeves, I was like, okay.
I think this Wolverine would be like an MCU Wolverine, a Wolverine where let's say
Like how we
Thanos.
had Quicksilver in the MCU, but not in X-Men.
Right. So
Yeah.
let's say, well, they had Quicksilver in X-Men. I think they kept him and they killed the Quicksilver in the MCU.
Yeah,
Age of
well,
Ultron.
they killed all Quicksilver in the MCU, like in Age of Ultron. Shows him in
Yeah.
Age of Ultron, and it kills him off. And then we got Wanda still.
Right.
And
So
that
I
took
think
time.
this Wolverine might be, you know, from the MCU, quote unquote, and might have let his team down due to some type of fuckery that he did, right? And
How much you want this can be the Phoenix Force. It's always a Phoenix
yeah,
Force.
and maybe his world was doomed and was destroyed, and he came to this world. But I like how they're using that as it gives me like Flashpoint vibes, like, oh, Earth 1 was destroyed, so from Earth 1 just moved over to Earth 2 and started living life out there. You know?
One, I hope it's not the Phoenix Force, because I'm kind of tired of the Phoenix Force storyline shooing. But
I don't know if Marvel would do that. It may be a Thanos. It could be a Galactus. It could be maybe like a Marvel Zombies or something.
yeah, but you
or
know what I mean. The Phoenix Force, it's like every time they do an X-Men thing, it's the Phoenix Force.
Well, that was the Fox that was doing the X-Men movies. You know, it was always like
It was
Phoenix.
even the animated series.
Well, the animated series they did it with very constraints in the 90s, but overall it had a beginning and it had an end. I will say that. The Phoenix had a beginning. It was way better than the movies. It was way better than the last Phoenix Force. The last Phoenix
Dark Phoenix?
saga. Dark Phoenix was like fair. It was better than the last thing.
I didn't even watch Dark Phoenix, to be honest.
So Dark Phoenix was good. It wasn't too bad. It was like if you compare, like watch that and watch Last Stand, and you would be like, okay, yeah, Dark Phoenix isn't that bad. Like Last Stand would be like a D or an F, and like Dark Phoenix would be like that D or like a well, not D, but like a C. You know, like a low C or like a high C.
I guess
So,
because I was rewatching some animated series for X-Men, because since X-Men 97, I was watching the original X-Men, and then I kind of diverged to Wolverine and the X-Men, which was really good.
yeah.
I don't know
They
if
should
you've
bring
seen that
back.
one,
Yeah, they should bring that show back. It got canceled after like one season.
the first season.
Yeah, that used to be on Nickelodeon, and I don't know
Yeah,
why.
because it was gonna be, because I bet the second season was gonna be with Apocalypse. And, ooh.
No, I think the second one was gonna dive into where Professor X was at. You know?
All right, but what do you think of the trailer?
Okay, so Deadpool and Wolverine. So I'm excited for the trailer. I like the trailer. You know, there's a lot of things that I think when they drop that one last trailer, we'll kind of be able to, you know, kind of put some pieces
I'm
to the
surprised it's already coming out in July.
yeah, you know, it'll be good things to like put pieces to the puzzle and give like those last predictions. I'm excited to see who they'll show without showing it in the trailer. You know, like I feel like the Sorcerer Supreme had to been shown because she wasn't really all that much established, except for like maybe like twice, and those were like very small parts. Well, here in this movie, I think she might get a little bit more of a bigger push, and stuff is going to happen, especially with the chemistry of, you know, Deadpool and Wolverine. So with that and the whole Loki TSA system that they got going on over there, it's going to be very interesting to see how it'll all intertwine into the MCU. Because remember, that's the execution. All this is going on. How are we going to be able to fit it into MCU? How are we be able to do it? You know, they got the Ant-Man helmet, right? Okay, cool. But is that the Ant-Man from the MCU, or is that an Ant-Man from a whole different universe? You know, so it's questions like that I would love to see. You know, when they did Multiverse of Madness, and remember when Wanda went to kill off the Illuminati. I thought it was cool to see Black Bolt, Professor Xavier, Namor, and a few other people there. Good actors, and even though they all got one-shotted, it was a cool idea to have those people there in a different universe doing different things, and at the same time, seeing these
It was
actors.
nice seeing an Inhuman.
Yeah.
That I gotta say, seeing an Inhuman was like actually surprising.
Yeah. Even though the show got canceled back in the day, it was good that they brought the Inhumans back in the movie screen. And even just for that one moment and say, hey, it's over here in this universe. Cool. We'll take that. I thought it was a good thing. But the trailer, liking it.
Gruesome.
Of course. And they kept everything that made Deadpool 1 good, and they brought it with this one. They kept everything that made Deadpool 2 really good, and they brought it over here. So I'm happy for that. The only thing now is to see how they will transition with some of the Fox, I'll say, dialogue and timelines and, the Fox universe that they built, how they're going to go through those transitions and who they're going to bring and what they're going to do.
I want to see if it's going to be more action, more comedy. I want to see which they're going to diverge.
I think it's going to be more action because, it's a multiverse that's collapsing. But there's going to be a whole lot of comedy due to the fourth wall breaking. You already seen the back and forth with the whole Kevin Feige, we can't use this because of guidelines. So that's funny. They know now, like, okay, yes, we're rated R. We're bought by Disney. This is supposed to appeal for kids. So let's make this very comedic. And I think they got something. I really think they got something. So,
I mean, they're already poking at Fox because you see the Fox logo, which is destroying.
Yeah. So I like it. July 26th seems like a good day. That summertime that gives everyone to see it. So I can't wait. I can't wait
because it's close to the B-Day.
True. But Deadpool and Wolverine, what I'm saying? It's gonna be. It looks like it's a good one. What I'm saying? You guys post your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you guys think of the new trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine? I think it's gonna be fire. Definitely worth seeing. So go ahead and like I said, leave your thoughts in the comments down below.